Hi, welcome. Hey, my name is Lena. Welcome to this video. Look at me go. We are already wearing our hard hats, and I might also have a bee sting, a stungage on my eye, because I have actually done some grinding before we even started this video. So welcome to this video. Today we are going to build a view. We're going to build another view, and I'm going to walk you to the area where we're going to do this in. Look, we're greeted by Miss Nose Striplet herself. Stunning. Slay, queen. Slay, absolute. Please, slay. Can you tell I've had too much coffee and too little sleep? So, today we're going to build a view. I was thinking we could raise some cliffs and we could have like this canyon. I'm feeling very inspired by this picture I found of this Chinese city or province, it says, that's kind of built into the cliffs of two mountains or hills. Let me have a ponder. I might do the terraforming off camera because I can already feel my brain cells refuse to work while talking. I will do the brain work and then I will come back to you. Okay, hello my love. It's voiceover Nina. Hello. How are you doing today? It's good to have you also now again. Wonderful. You're getting quite some greetings today because this video is going to be split in I think like 3 let's play and 3 speed build parts because it just took so much longer than I anticipated and it required quite some terraforming in like different sessions. So I started out doing some buildings to the front here, which is also what I'm doing right now. I'm adding in the storefronts and I want this to be like a 3-tiered building, which I wish we could make like high but very like tall but very thin buildings, which I don't think is really possible if you don't have a modded switch. I think you could potentially do that, but I don't have any of those and I want to still try and make this work. So this is a very wide 3-tiered building. Don't mind me. I've had a couple of very, very busy days and I'm very much looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to tonight's stream because today is actually Saturday for me, so the day that I intend to post this. Sorry, by the way, this is a day late. I just couldn't finish it in time for Friday because it was just such a big build and I actually ended up recording on 3 separate days, which usually I don't really do that. It sometimes does take me a few days to get into the build, but like the main terraforming and like building session is all in one day. But this build was just I had to put in a lot of thought that I didn't think I would need. Like I thought this was just a cute view that I could just easily whip up, but it did take a lot longer to figure out because of the vastness and like the depth that I wanted to create while still, I don't know, making it look interesting and not too boring. But I didn't really like how that view turned out because you couldn't really see much of what I've built because it was also flat. So for this one, I tried to focus on making these hills that I'm trying to create with the cliffs that I'm currently terraforming up to the sides look like they are kind of staggered mountains, if that makes sense. So in different kind of layers and different widths and heights. So I really played with that and I'm really enjoying how it turned out. I'm also going to implement quite some dormant volcanoes. Dormant volcanoes they are called, because they just made this whole thing come together so well, and the green that they have does tie in really well with the green of the shrubs during this time of year. So I'm really enjoying how that looked, and it just all blended together quite nicely, which I wanted because I just wanted it to look like these green hills kind of, I don't know, framing in a canyon, if that makes sense. I have no idea if I'm even making sense. I'm really tired. I'm okay. I'm just really tired. So don't mind me if I do go quiet for some seconds in between, or I do say a lot of ums. It could happen that we have a lot of ums today, but we're all here for an aren't we? I am now on the 2nd tier cliff. So I'm trying to create multiple different like jiggly thin cliffs on top of the first one that we've already built, because you won't really see the end to the right of the cliff. So I didn't really bother by having it even wider because you can't really see what's to the right of this. So the thin one did very nicely and I made it just wide enough so that we could fit a couple of dormant volcanoes here and there. And then I'm just rounding out all the corners. You will see me leave in a couple of straight corners, like you know, 90-degree angle corners, just because I planned to have some buildings there, you know, the what are they called? The pagodas, because they are 1.5 tier. Oh my god, tiles wide. Jesus Christ, you will have to excuse me today. And I feel like I feel like I say that quite often, that, you know, I won't have time to edit this, but I actually don't think I won't have time to edit much of the voiceover. Like, I will have time to sprinkle in my usual zooms and meme stuff, but I don't think I will have time to edit out all my ums and all my fumbling. So you will get a quite unfiltered Nina, but I mean, some of you might already know me from my streams, so it's no surprise to you that I do some f***ups sometimes, you know? Okay, but I can already see the next Let's Play section coming up, so you enjoy. I will be back, my love. I will be back indeed. Okay. Now I'm back. I've done all that's to the right of this build, because I want to start decorating up the cliffs, and I will see how much space I will need, and then I will do the river and the other side of the cliff as well. So I was thinking we could have all these pagodas to look like houses that, you know, look a bit smaller now because they are in the distance, and I think it's going to work quite well. So let's start with the pagodas. I did bring the blue and red and the black ones, but I actually feel like I don't want the blue and the red ones because I feel like they might look a bit awkward. I just need to whiffle my way through and grab them really quickly. I will be right back with you. This is going to be such a pain in the ass. Okay, I also brought the brown ones now. We're just going to plonk them against the cliffs here. And I think it's going to look quite cute, to be honest. I mean, they are kind of tall, but I feel like it still works. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I think it's gonna be cute. Okay. Next up, I think I will just run to a treasure island, get more pagodas and the volcanoes, and then I will be back because otherwise we won't be able to decorate properly, and some shrubs probably as well. So I will be right back again. Welcome back. It is currently midnight for me. This is fake news. It is not 10 a.m. It is a midnight, so you will have to bear with me. I was actually gonna go ahead to bed now, but I really want to build this, so I just stocked up on pagodas in the brown and the dark grey. I'm gonna grab all of them. Oh, we also have some fences here. That is interesting. I also grabbed some barrels apparently. Oh yes, I did. I forgot about it because I actually grabbed them earlier. I also got some dormant volcanoes because I thought we could actually add them in right now. Also, I'm trying to talk fairly quiet, so I have upped my mic, so I'm just praying that this audio is gonna work out, and I do not want to wake up my family because that would be horrible, and it would just be horrible. The dormant volcano, if you would. I mean, it could work if we had them all over. I want to have multiple ones. I also want to have one up here. Stunning. Loves it. Go down, please. I am feeling slightly tired, but I still want to decorate this. So if this turns into a speed build at one point, you have your reason. You know, you have my reason. Ooh, yes, look how cool that looks in the distance. Yes, I'm glad I got them. And then we will just fill it up with shrubs and baby trees. I think that's gonna be stunning. I was nearly gonna say disgusting. Why would that be disgusting? Stop it. Slay me, bitch. But I think I actually want to do the river now. I think if we make the river like about 3 tiles wide, that could be vibe. And we're obviously going to make it thinner towards the back so that it looks a bit more realistic. So let me pull out my stunning identizer tool. Also, I just took off my makeup and I forgot to moisturize my face, so I might need to take a break and do that in a second. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't ask, bitch. Don't ask. Oh, this is going to be quite tricky because I want it to look realistic, but also it's going to be awkward with the pathing that we have around it. Oh my god, I can feel how tired I sound. And we have so much more to go. This build is going to be an absolute disaster to edit. Have fun, Nina. Also, if you hear snoring, Corvo is sleeping next to me. I hope you don't mind the puppy snores, because he does snore quite loudly. Like a human, you'd think that you sleep like either next to a chainsaw, or you know, the snoring meme that
I'm a princess. This is gonna be.
Yes, that's better. Wonderful to meet you here, my darling. How are you doing? It's me again, Speed Build Nina. How are you? Are you still okay? I hope you are. I am onto the left side of the build now. And I think in the beginning of the video, I said something like, you know, we can't go further than the cliff that I already had, you know, where the weeds are on top of the cliff there. I did go further than that because I just felt like it needed it. Like the build just needed the depth of the full, I don't know, like the full depth that we could get here from the island. So I don't think that there will be the build that I had planned out for the secret beach. I think I will just do that somewhere else. I already have it all figured out, so it should be fine. And we will just block off the secret beach again. Because this build, actually, I think it took up like nearly a quarter of the island, which is like so big. But I'm not mad at it. You know, I like a nice space filler if it's worth it. Because, you know, I really like my islands, but I also like it if I don't spend too much time on them. Like if I don't spend months and months on end on them, just because that helps me to not get bored of the themes. So I do like a nice big space filler from time to time, you know, and this one was the perfect opportunity for that. And now I am finally starting to add in all these beautiful dormant volcanoes to the left as well. And you could just see me check the view. And I will rejig this back section quite a bit because I felt like it was a bit empty. We will later be adding a second tier cliff to that and adding a dormant volcano on top of that because it was just, I don't know, it just felt a bit bare compared to the right side. So I just added in a bunch more bushes back there and a second tier cliff with another dormant volcano on top of it and one in front of it just to densen up the back of the build because I didn't want it, like I wanted it to feel like it's, you know, getting less and less detail towards the back, which is also why we won't be decorating anything in between the pagodas to keep it like realistic because, you know, you would probably not see too many things like items on the street if you were that high up because the pagodas look like they are quite far away. If you think about it, they are supposed to be like multi-level tiered. That does not make any sense. Multi-level buildings. Jesus Christ, multi-story buildings. Why was that so difficult for me to find the word? Hello, are you there, vocab? Help me. Now it's bush time. It's absolute bush time. I used a ton. I think I used up to like 60 bushes or more. I just really wanted it to, again, blend together. And here you can kind of see, like in the distance, you can kind of see how well the shrubs with their green color blend into the color of the dormant volcanoes. And I just loved it so much. It did do exactly what I wanted it to do. So I'm really, really happy about that. And here you can also see me just like kind of rip open the road again and make this little hole for another bush. Because to the front, I'm later going to add some fences that are supposed to look like they are kind of the border of, oh god, how am I going to explain it? Kind of like a balcony area, and then behind them it's supposed to go down again to give it that extra realistic feel. I'm not sure how to explain it well. I hope that you will be able to understand what I mean once we get to it. But here I am finally raising up that second tier cliff to the back, and I did cut a lot of it out because it was a bit fidgety because it was quite the small cliff. But I can already see the next Let's Play section coming up, so I will be back. Okay, I think I am ready to return to the living and talking again. Look, I've done all of this. You might have seen it in a quick montage or speed build, but I think next up we might need to fill in some of the cliff with vines, and it's going to be a f***ing pain because I have already placed down everything, and now we might need to pull stuff out again to get to the cliffs. So that's gonna be annoying. It's gonna be really annoying. I meant to do all of this with you, but the terraforming last night actually made me really tired because this is actually the next day again. Hello, it's Thursday now. But I got some bad news this morning. Not bad news, but like kind of news, but the bad news, I think I've already managed to handle it, because the bad news were that I thought I couldn't get my boobs reduced before August, even though I wanted to get them done like towards the beginning of June, and because I don't want to live with them, you know, through another summer, because it's very, very, very annoying, and I am so much looking forward to finally having them reduced and feel like a freaking human and not like a piece of meat anymore. I think I also want to have like tiny trees here with the bushes and everything, and I don't think I want to have anything else, probably just some trees, maybe some flowers here and there, but I want to keep it fairly green because I think it's going to help it to blend into one mountainous hill shape thingy. Oh my Christ, can you just not? I feel like my Joy-Cons, it's not drift even, it's more like they keep disconnecting, and sometimes they even disconnect for so long that, you know, the little pop-up screen comes where you need to reconnect them, and it feels like they are frozen because I press the buttons and you have the little lights turned on the sides that show you which player you are, but like I can't do anything. So it feels like they are frozen, which is so weird. I didn't know that was possible. Okay, I feel like this side is fairly done. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. I mean, you can still see some of the cliff, but I think that's okay. You know, I think the mountains still help it blend a bit more together. I think I'm actually going to make this a speed build because I still have stream later, so I don't want to use up all my words, because I do feel like, do you know that when you sometimes when you talk a lot, it might feel like you've just used up all your words and you can't talk anymore. Maybe that's a non-native thing, and then you'll just see this in a speed build format, and I hope you will enjoy it, my dear. And now, finally, my love, last speed build section. Hope you're still going strong, still going well on this fine Saturday. I feel like I'm getting more and more weird, but you will have to go through that. Also, look, I feel like in the beginning of the video, I went to Treasure Island to grab the pagodas in the correct color. And then I noticed that you could actually customize them. So if you plan to build something like this or recreate this, which you're always welcome to do, tag me in picture though if you plan to post it, because I'd love to see your recreation and your take on stuff, if you'd even like to. But you can just customize them. You don't have to run and grab multiple ones of the same color. You can just grab any and customize them to your desired color. So that was a lot of fun to figure out. But now I guess I have a lot of extra pagodas, so we might do something else with them in the future. I'm not sure, or I might just extend the city to the back, because since we're also gonna block the secret beach off anyways, I can just, you know, sprinkle them in there and give it a bit more depth and detail, which we're always here for, my love. We are always here for that. And now I'm finally making a start on these buildings that are, you know, to the front of the build, so that it's slowly kind of cascading down. Is that even a word, cascading? I think it is. And we have, you know, the tallest building that we're standing on, and then we have a couple of other buildings at the first tier cliff level, and then the actual cities and ground level. So I felt like it was a nice transition over into the city, and it does give it a bit of realism, at least in my eyes. Maybe I'm biased because I built this and I know what I wanted to recreate. I also probably did pop up a picture in the beginning of the video of my inspiration, because it is quite the cool picture. But yeah, here you can see me finally making a start on the area that is in front. So I'm not gonna finish the transition area all the way to the lake, but we're gonna do quite some landscaping here, building some buildings. Oh, vocab Nina is going strong today. And yeah, I'm just adding in this bundle of trees kind of to line the path that I'm planning to have lead up to the build. And then we're also going to have some more trees to the front of it, because this is kind of behind the little teen section that we built a couple of weeks ago on stream. There was already a little bit of foliage, so I didn't have to do too much to the front of that build. But I am back on top of the buildings, and I wanted this left build to just kind of frame it in, and I didn't give it too much height because I did want the building that we are standing on to be one of the tallest buildings. Obviously we still have the 3-story building, you know, right in front of the build that we've built. Oh God, so much building and building. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I feel like it still works really well, this kind of two-tiered build, and I really enjoy it, really do. I am gonna rejig this a little bit though, because I wanted some items to be to the right of it, so we will have some fence, and then we will stagger some items and barrels and stuff behind it and next to it. But I decided to give this a bit more of a dynamic shape and actually make it look like different buildings, you know, rooftops kind of the buildings that we have that we're standing on. So I removed some of the rooftop cliff thingy of the grey building to the left, so that it, you know, it looks a bit more dynamic and not too boring and not like a straight line, because buildings don't always line up. So I feel like this really works. And then I just started doing the barrel stuff that I just mentioned. Oh, and we are at the point where I decided that I wanted the fencing to kind of do what I tried to explain earlier, and we will have some items in front of the fence and then none behind the fence to, again, you know, make it feel more realistic by having less and less details towards the back. And I hope it makes sense to you. I hope I'm making sense to you, because I feel like I'm not, but here we are, you know, what can you do? Nothing. But to, you know, break up the build a little bit, here we are landscaping a bit. I'm adding in a bunch of flowers, and I will go in throughout the build, add more vines, because I wanted the cliffs to feel very green as well, because they did poke out quite a bit behind the, you know, the green of the shrubs and the green of the dormant volcanoes. So I wanted the cliffs to at least have some green on them. And I will do a lot more, but I cut tons of it out because it was just a lot of fidgeting, me trying to get to the spot where I wanted the vine to be, because I had already placed stuff in front of it. So it was a big pain, but you're gonna see the finished product. So I hope that's okay for you. I did leave that one bit in though that we just watched, to be, you know, planting all the flowers. But, you know, we are already detailing up the area, so we're just adding in tons of stuff to the, not really tons of stuff, but like some little clusters of items to the rooftops here. And I did play around with it a bit because, you know, I used these bottle crates and stuff, but I did in the end go up with like only like brownish gray items to make it all blend together. Again, do that whole, I don't want it to feel too detailed to make it feel realistic. So that's kind of what I try to go for. And now we are already in the last little area that we're going to tackle today. So this little front bit. So I just added in this brick well, the tank that I just flopped in, and then some buckets. I'm also later going to add in a, what is it called? I call it a diving beetle, and placed it in a second, you will see. But we are already nearing the end of this video, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. I, for my part, really enjoyed building it. So if you did, I would so much appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, my love. I'd appreciate it. Get some lovely comments down below. Tell me what you think of the build, any ideas that you would like to see on this island. I will be live on Twitch tonight. I'm not sure if this video is going to come out before or after the stream. If it comes out before the stream, I will be live at 5 p.m. CEST. If not, the VOD will be up in a couple of days or a week or so on my second YouTube channel that is linked down below. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to get out, you know, get out there. So I'm gonna leave you now, my love. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I will see you lovely people next week. Take care of yourself, my love. Bye-bye.